Alright. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I decided to come back from my self-imposed YouTube exile and record a video response to an excellent video made by the one and only Red Means Recording about consumerism in music technology. First of all, let me tell you that I'm a huge fan of Jeremy's channel. I really enjoy the music, the content, the tutorials, but also, even though I don't know him personally, I feel like he's one of the good guys in our space. And I especially enjoyed the video that he recently published on consumerism and music production, because that's something I've been thinking about for a very, very long time, and something that's very close to my heart, I would say. So this video response is not meant as a rebuttal or a takedown or anything like that. I just simply want to offer my own take on this problem, but also offer a few solutions that I personally have been practicing for some time. And a quick disclaimer, this is not a well-researched video essay, this is simply vibes and my personal opinion, so don't read too much into it, I would say. When talking about consumers in music production, I would like to first suggest that buying a tool that you would use for creativity is slightly different than buying luxury goods or fast fashion even. I would argue that buying an advanced power drill that you can use to make something new is way different than buying a Rolex or some clothes or an iPhone even. And with music gear, I would go even a step further, because it's used to practice the somewhat spiritual process of making art, which is awesome. I still remember that someone about 10 years ago commented on one of my tutorial videos and said, "This is not a device, it's an instrument." And this comment really stuck with me. So when talking about music instruments, I would argue there are many good reasons to pursue new ones. Let's take an example of my recent purchase, the OP1. So this is the original, not the Field. And I bought it used from a friend of mine who also graciously offered to make it possible for me to split the payment into 2 installments. If not for that, I probably wouldn't have decided to buy it. And now, 3 weeks later, I'm suddenly thinking about recording an unplanned album with the OP1. I found it so inspiring that within 3 weeks, I managed to gather enough material for probably a full album, which is crazy. So if it inspired me to make a completely unplanned album, it's this type of experience that I find it very hard to put a price tag on. Because feeling inspired to make music is one of the greatest feelings in the world. And it's good for me, it's good for my well-being and my mental health, so it's really hard to put a price tag on it. And over the years, I've experienced countless situations where, let's say, a new guitar inspired me to improve my articulation, to learn a new technique, or write a new song. So it's not like you get a new phone and you're excited for 2 days and then you forget about it. With me, when I buy a new instrument, I can be hyped about it for years even. So that's the first clarification. I feel like music instruments occupy a different area of consumerism than other products. And the second thing is that, of course, people are in different situations. There might be a lot of reasons to buy a lot of new gear. It could be for career reasons, professional reasons, even, tax reasons. I'm not your mom, you decide. So we have to keep in mind that the solutions I'm about to propose in here are only relevant for a specific niche, for a specific group of people, like myself, who are typically working a regular day job and are only making music in their free time after hours. All right, so let's cut to the chase. What solutions to consumerism do I have in mind? First of all, think long and hard why you want something. We all experience gas, but you really need to be honest with yourself and think, okay, do I want it because it's going to elevate my craft, or do I want it to show off in front of my friends? Are you ready to make a commitment? I'm going to make music with it. I'm going to record an album. I'm going to finish a project with this instrument. If you're ready to make that commitment, then you can, I think, go ahead to the next step, which is buy it used. And this applies to almost everything, not only instruments, cars, clothes, tools, whatever. You can get a lot of stuff used. We've actually produced enough shit already, in my opinion. We don't need to buy one more new piece of plastic. There's enough of that already. And if it's not available on the used market, wait a little. And finally, and most importantly, if you manage to get it, make it clear that it's okay for your friends to borrow it. Be vocal about it. Tell them, you can take my gear. You want to finish a project, you want to record an album, take it for a month, take it for 3 months. What do I care? It's okay to say it. Hey, I heard you're finishing an album. I have this great drum machine. Do you want to take it for a few months? I'm not using it at the moment. What is the worst that can happen? They're going to lose it, they're going to break it. So what? It's only a thing. Okay, maybe with guitars it's a little bit different, but you know what I mean. So not to brag, but my favorite guitar ever is actually with my friend who is currently finishing his long overdue album. It's been over 10 years that he's been trying to finish it, and he's finishing this album with my favorite guitar. I think we should all work together in normalizing the fact of sharing gear between each other. It's not a personal item, it's not a piece of clothing, it's not a piece of underwear. It's okay to share it, to offer it to other people, but also to ask to borrow something if you need it. And that's why I say I think it's super simple. You know, there are 3 things. Think if you're ready to make a commitment to make art with this. Second of all, try to borrow it from someone. Maybe you don't need to buy it. And if you absolutely have to buy it used. As simple as that. And finally, don't buy Behringer gear. Trust me on this. Bye!